So now I'm gonna talk about shadow work. The term shadow self and probably also the term shadow work originates from Carl Jung. So without having it in front of me, Carl Jung wrote about the shadow self as being your subconscious that has all those aspects that you disowned. So if you were once told that blueberries are bad, don't eat that, that ended up in your shadow self. And it's something that you disowned, but it's still that you still operate off from. You're just not aware of it, but you still operate off those things that you disowned. And it can also become something where like you don't have an issue because you want to go towards something, but you have a subconscious belief that it's bad. So like you kind of not as free. You're not that free because, or you imprisoned, you could say. Because in your subconscious you believe that blueberries are bad, so you don't want to go towards the blueberries, even though you really would love to eat those blueberries. And that's just an example. But yeah, so that's just a quick summary, and like maybe he wrote it better or put it better together, or maybe I mixed it up a little bit with my own interpretation of it and how I see it. So yeah, to do shadow work you have to communicate with your subconscious and to reintegrate all those aspects that you once disowned, so that they don't drive you subconsciously, but you actually own those things again. And I just give it to you how I am doing it. Like other people have different kind of ways of communicating with their subconscious. Some say like write with your left hand in that journal when you ask yourself a question. I do it a little bit different. All I do is essentially just sit. I ask myself a question. I stay open to whatever comes up. And I notice the thought that comes up after I questioned myself or after I gave myself a question. So I can ask myself, are blueberries bad? And then something will show up. And then you have your answer. It's like the subconscious comes up with an answer. And then usually for me it's like you just get like a single line. You get something back from the subconscious that's like a single phrase or single line. Sometimes it's just a yes or no, but then you can go deeper and ask why. So if your answer is yes, then you ask yourself whether or not blueberries are bad. And this is just an example. Obviously you want to ask yourself more important questions than whether or not blueberries are bad, but this is just an example. And when you do that, something will show up, and it can be a yes. And if it's a yes, you can ask why. And then something else will show up, and then you can look at that. Maybe you keep doing that a couple of times, and eventually maybe 2-3 times, who knows. And then you'll end up with a memory, maybe something of the past. And that's something where you adopted the belief that something, for example, is bad, or something you shouldn't be doing, or that's how you shouldn't be. Don't be like this. Or you're bad for being like this, and all of those things. Or you shouldn't act in a certain way. Then you can also ask yourself specific questions to different kind of topics. So if it's about money, what you can do is just money. You can have a journal and you just write money equals, and whatever then comes up, or what you write out, is basically what your belief is towards money. So if you say it's bad, then like you can go towards that too. You can do that regarding any topic, ice cream, manhood, being a man, masculinity, whatever. Like you can pick anything and then just write ice cream equals and then whatever, right? And then you can look further into that to why you think that ice cream is bad or blueberries are bad or whatever, or like money, career, business, like and all of those things, right? So you can look into beliefs that you have towards any kind of topic, really. And yeah, that's how you can do shadow work. I think the best is not necessary to go over every topic, even though you can do that and be every topic, but the only thing that you really have an issue with are present things, right? You don't need to know whether or not you have an issue with blueberries, but you have presently things that you maybe want, that you would like to go towards to. And those are oftentimes the things that you need to look further into. That kind of where you have some resistance towards, where you prevent yourself from going towards that direction. And those are the things where you want to actually do some shadow work and question your subconscious to what beliefs you hold about the topic or about that thing that you want to go towards to. And yeah, these are my thoughts to shadow work, and I see you in the next video.